Hello everyone. Welcome to one more interesting session on machine learning. And today we are going to talk about Python. Python is one of the machine learning tools. And machine learning is one of the buzzwords of the century. People are just going mad to know about machine learning, and organizations are just crazy about hiring people who knows machine learning. So before we just go into it and know what is Python, let's have a quick round of introductions. I am Krish and I'm having 10 plus years of experience in different domains, and I have worked in projects. I have worked in different kinds of projects offering different kinds of business solutions. And I am associated with OdinSchool. OdinSchool is one of the upscaling platforms which helps you acquire new skills and so that you are competent enough to face your next interviews. So, what are the things that we are going to cover today? We are going to know what is Python, what are the different environments which are available in Python. We are also going to learn how to set up and know about this environment. And also, we are going to write our first program using Python. So, let us get started with it. So, as I told you earlier, Python is one of the machine learning tools. I have spoken about machine learning. So, in order to use machine learning, you need to have one of the tools in place so that you can use that technology. There are a lot of tools which are available which are working in machine learning, like SAS, SPSS, RapidMiner, NIME, R, and TensorFlow. All these are machine learning tools, but Python is one of the tools which is hugely used, and it is also this tool which is easier to understand for the newcomers or new ones who are just new into machine learning. There are so these are the tools which are available in the market. There are a couple of tools which are in the development phase, like Julia and Go, and these are all focused on machine learning. But Python is hugely in demand compared to other languages. There was a time when C, C++ were ruling, and there were no other tool which were close enough in comparison. Then later on, R came in, and now Python. So just look at the market potential or the market share of Python. It's close to around 30% compared to other tools. And yes, with Python, because Python has got a huge amount of merits and in terms of advantages compared to other tools. In terms of like whenever any person wants to learn or wants to know about machine learning, they start with Python because it is very easier to understand. The codes, the syntax that you write, it is very simple enough for anyone to understand. Like if I give you the code of Python, it's based on just reading the code, you will have a pretty good idea what this code is all about. That is why it is perfect for the newcomers. And one more thing is it has got a huge community support where you get help from different communities. Also, like for example, if you get stuck, you just Google it and you have your solution. Okay, and it has got a huge support or huge contribution from different libraries. There are huge many libraries which are available. Libraries, I mean, these are small functions which help you in your work, in your analysis, in your model building. So these are all libraries which we are going to talk later. Okay, it has got a huge career opportunities, not only about resources who are just crazy about machine learning. Organizations are just going crazy to hire people who knows machine learning using Python or just knows Python, because Python has got lots of advantages. It is not only used for building models or using machine learning. You guys like talk about anything and Python as a solution for it, like data warehousing, data structuring, data flow, ingesting data in different environments. Okay, for fetching data from different web portals. Okay, like web development, AI, machine learning, deep learning. Python is always there for a solution. Like for example, if I'm looking for a building a model which is into image processing, or like something like eco where you just give the command and it will execute the actions, Python is there for you. Like Raspberry Pi are small IoT devices where you can integrate Python codes. Okay, there you can help because Raspberry Pi is usually used by small organizations for creating different point of POCs. Okay, like there are different startups and corporates, both are just crazy about using Python. And the most important part, it is completely free. Okay, and it can be it's no it's it can be installed in any of the environments, be it Mac, be it Windows, or be it Linux. It works pretty well in all of these platforms. Okay, and like for example, I'm running my codes in Python in a Windows. I import that code and I run it in a Mac. It will run perfectly, and I run the same code using in Linux. It won't give me an issue. So that becomes platform independence. It becomes as a very plus point, and since it is completely free, it is affordable by most of the organizations. Okay, and since it has got a huge like for example, if I am learning new things, so I will look for if I get stuck somewhere or writing the codes, I'll Google it, and you will be just spellbound with the huge responses that you receive from Google. There are lots of communities who are just contributing to whenever you get stuck to help you out. Like there's GitHub is there. Okay, Shutterstock is there. So uh, okay, Stack Overflow is there. Sorry, it's not Shutterstock, it's Stack Overflow is there. You're going to get any kind of solution whenever you get stuck. You Google it and you have your solution in place. Okay, so I've spoken about Python, but Python is the programming language. But in order to use that program, you must have an interface. An interface is all about the environment that you're using. Anaconda is one of the softwares which provides you the interface. It provides two interfaces. One is Jupyter, the other is Spider, and there is one more. And all Anaconda is completely free. Okay, so be it a Mac or be it a Windows PC, you or a laptop, you can get Anaconda installed. And every now and then, like the version, there are complete updates which are coming in the Python, so that's why they're not lagging behind in the software. Okay, so every now and then, like your libraries are getting upgraded, your platform, your software or your tool is getting upgraded, so you're just keeping up to the trends and advancement in the technology market. Okay, so PyCharm is one which is mostly used in the Linux PCs, and PyCharm is not that free for Windows or Mac. Okay, so and Jupyter Notebook is one of the interfaces which is hugely used by data scientists because of the flexibility and the way they handle it. It becomes very easier for them to understand. And Spider, yes, Spider is also good, but most preferable is Jupyter Notebook. Okay, okay, let's talk about how to install Python in your PCs. First thing, you have to go to Google and type in Anaconda download. The first the first link that you're going to see is of Anaconda. Anaconda is is the name of the largest snake, and the icon is also of a snake. If you see this, okay, move down, you'll find the download, the open source. There are a few packages which are installed with Anaconda, but most of the packages which you will be using, will you have to install it. I'll also show you how to install the packages, but for now, let's quickly install this software. So first I have to download this. So you have to select which platform you are looking for. You see it like different. This is the interface of Anaconda. Okay, so okay. So you have to select which version you are using, 64 or 32-bit. I am using 64. Okay, you can just save it, and this is optional whether you want to open an account or not. Okay, you can just skip it for now. Let's wait till the software gets downloaded. Okay, our download is complete. And for installing the software in a Windows or a Mac is a bit different. And I'm going to show you both the instances how you download it. So once the file is downloaded, it will be around close to 466 MB. You just click on it, and a prompt and a window will open up, and you have to do nothing. Okay, you just click on next, next, next. Only you have to keep you have to just be alert. You have to check one thing which I'll be showing it to you. Okay, this is the agreement which is talking about. Click agree. Just me, or for all the users you can do it just me. You can select the location. Let's change it to, let's keep it like that way. Do next. Okay, uh remember one thing. Okay, just to add Anaconda to my path environment, this is very, very important. You should always remember to have this in place. Okay, remember this thing to install. Okay, to keep in this, to add Anaconda to my path environment. Otherwise that you will face issues when you are installing different libraries, and you won't be able to use those libraries. Okay, it is getting installed. It will take a couple of minutes to get installed. Let's see. It will take a couple of minutes to get this installed. So you just wait for that. Okay, we're almost done. Okay, finished. So you have finally installed Anaconda in your system. Now, okay, now I'll be showing you how to install Anaconda using a MacBook. Okay, now let us see how we install Anaconda in a Mac OS. Okay, so again, you have to open the anaconda.com page and select the Mac operating software and select the 64 or 32 based on your requirements. So just save this, okay, in your desktop or wherever you desire, and you can just close this. Wait for the file to get downloaded, and we will be installing this package.
And so it will be coming with the extension of PKG for Mac OS. Okay, and it is pretty simple, almost similar to what Windows was. And like in Windows you have to remember, like you have to check the path as a global variable. So here is nothing as such. It is a very simple enough. It will take a couple of minutes to get downloaded, and once the download is complete, just double check and you can just set it up by using next or continue. Please note, this is the most updated version of Anaconda. This is the version 3.8. There are other versions available. Like it happens, someone prefers some other version. You can just browse because all the versions are available. You can just select which version you want to install, but make sure like you download and install the most recent one. It is almost the download is almost complete. So once it gets completed, you just double check it, double click on that. Okay, it will tell you to continue, continue. So this is the license that you will have to agree and just move. Okay, select the specified folder when you want to get this installed and just click on install. It can ask you for a password if any password are set on your PC, otherwise you won't face any issues in that. Since since the Anaconda is already installed in my system, it won't allow me to reinstall. Okay, but for those who are installing for the first time, so it is telling me use Conda update to Anaconda 3 to update Anaconda 3. Okay, so that thing I have to do it. Okay, so there it comes with the default package of PyCharm, which is again a trial version. It gives which comes with Anaconda, so you can also try that one. And so my in my case it is coming as fail, but your case it will be a success. And once you click this, your installation will gets completed. Now let me show you what it is talking about, because I had the Anaconda of a previous version. It is telling me to update Anaconda to Anaconda 3. Let's see how we do that. For that you have to open the terminal. In Mac you do not have any command prompt. The command prompt we call it as terminal here in for Mac. Okay, okay, your name, password name and ID will be coming. What it told, Conda update. It's just updating Anaconda. So this is pretty much simple. That's how you you update the or you install Anaconda in your Mac OS.
Okay, so you have installed perfectly Anaconda in your systems. Now let's open up. So the one that you're seeing, Anaconda Navigator, Anaconda 3. So this is the one which you should open first. You see the icon of Anaconda, it is opening up. And also when Anaconda environment is opening, or when the Jupyter environment is opening, it will create one backup instance. Like for example, it will open a terminal. Please note, do not close this terminal, otherwise you'll face some interruptions. Okay. Okay. So this is the Anaconda environment which I was talking about. Okay. So this is something which we use most commonly, the Jupyter environment. Okay. So there are other environments like so there are other environments like Spider is there. Okay. There is R Studio is there. So most commonly which we use are, so these are all different environments which is available in Anaconda for different languages. Okay, most of it is for Python. Okay. So if you want, I'll just show you how a Spider notebook looks like. Just launch it and you'll see it will open up. So this, as the name spider suggests, it looks like a spider web and an anaconda sitting on top of it. Okay, so this is the console of a spider notebook. Okay, so this is the kernel. This is where you get to see your variables and data sets. Okay, and this is where you write your commands. Okay, here you can just open up, save, and do whatever you feel like. And how to execute, it is control enter. For executing that line, you select that line and it will get executed. Or if you want to move to the next line, type in alt enter. Okay, let's type our first program just to give you an idea. For writing or printing anything, you have to just type print. Okay, and under the inside the quotes, it will just give you an idea of how to write and what are the syntax whenever you type in anything, like values, object, how to separate. Okay, in when you're writing and how you are going to end the file. When you're printing anything, make sure like you put it within the text. You type in hello world. Okay, I just select it and type control enter, and you see, so it is being executed. Hello world. So that is pretty much simple. This command, yes, we will talk about. Now let's move to the Jupyter environment. So we are just closing it. Let's see how the Jupyter looks like, which will be focus on which we'll be focusing on, because most of the data scientists they prefer using Jupyter because it is pretty easy to understand and it's very much friendly compared to other environments. Okay, so okay, it will ask you in which browser it will be open, because how this operates is it has a file system in place. So based on that, you are going to open up. So you can just select Google Chrome, so that by default, whenever you're opening the Jupyter environment, it will take you to this place. Okay, so what are you going to do next is, so this is your file library or your file system where your files are getting stored, or your whenever you try to create any new notebook file, it will get stored here. So what are you going to do? Just for you can just organize these files and maintain them. You just create a new folder. Okay, whenever you create a new folder, it won't give you option to rename at that instant. What you're going to do is just go and create untitled folder. You just select it and rename it. Say first program. Okay, and just rename it. It will just get renamed. Your first program. You just click it and you see it is empty. So what you're going to do next is we are going to open up our first notebook using Python. So you just click on Python 3 and it will just open up this environment. So this is the environment for Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so let me just walk you through these things. So this is where you get to save the save the file. Please make sure like from time to time you are saving it. Otherwise, if you just close it, you're going to lose valuable information or the codes that you have written. Okay, using this plus sign, you get to um, using this plus sign, you get to save or you get you using this plus sign, you tend to add lines to your Jupyter notebook. This is for cut, this is for copy paste, this is for move up down, this is for executing, this is for stopping, and this is where a little this is something which you won't get anywhere. Okay, let me just show you what is the drop down. It's for code, markdown, heading, and raw notebook convert. So what is raw notebook convert? If you click this, your code won't be executed, but it will be get converted into a notebook file. Okay, markdown or header, these things will only work will where you will just skip the lines. Okay, I'll just show you on that. Okay, and please make sure when you're typing the code, code is selected. Okay, it is again the similarly you have to type in print and under the quotes you type in hello world. Here you do not have to select because it's a line by line. It's based on each of the lines. The code gets executed. You can just type control enter, but here I'll be typing alt and enter. Okay, you see that it has got executed and it is printed here hello world, and it has moved to the next line. So that's why you have alt and enter to move to the next line. Okay, insert will give you an option whether you want to insert a cell above or below. Okay, in view you get to see different like toggle header, toggle toolbar, toggle line number. So cell is one of the important things where like for example if you wish to you have written like 10 or 20 different lines of code and you want to run them all. Okay, you can select run all, or if you want to you have selected one of the cells and you want to run the codes above that or below that. So this give you an options. Okay, there's the kernel. So this is the kernel. You will see it is get trusted. Sometimes you are working in a deep learning problem, okay, and your kernel gets interrupted. So here you will see the kernel is stopped. It is in online mode, that's why it is trusted. Okay, and there is an option where you can restart and clear and run all the codes at one go. Okay, so these things are you can just restart and clear the output and restart and run all. So these are two of the options which are available. Okay, now I'll just show you how these things work, like markdown and header. Suppose I am writing, so okay, let me insert something on top of it. Okay, guys, press plus sign and see your cell is entered here. I just move up, okay, and type in this is my first program. Okay, and I type in from code to markdown. You see it won't get executed. You type in control enter and it has become an header just like hello world. It cannot get executed. Suppose if I select as a code and try to execute it, it's going to throw me an error. And yes, if you select header, it will become a bit bigger font. Okay, And also when anything is being executed, you see, when anything is got executed, a line number will be coming, number will be coming. Suppose it is in process of execution, you'll see an asterisk sign is populating. And suppose if you get in any time, any instance, if you it gets executed, line number will be printed. Okay, if there's an error, it will throw you an error. So this is how this Jupyter notebook works, and it is very easier to understand. You can just save it, you can rename this file, you can just rename into first program. Okay, rename it and it's done. So that is pretty much easy. Make sure like this is in a trusted position, otherwise, if you're working on a deep learning project or some advanced machine learning project, there are chances where your kernel gets interrupted and there you face some issues. Okay, so that's about it. So we so we have so we have installed Python on set up Anaconda in our system. Okay, now we are moving to understand some of the basic libraries which are used in Python, like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Scikit-learn are some of the basic and most commonly used libraries. Like for instance, NumPy. NumPy is one of the libraries which is used for numerical calculations. Pandas is used for data frames. Matplotlib is for different libraries, and Scikit-learn is one of the most commonly, and it's like a, you can say, encyclopedia of different things that you are going to do with machine learning, like for example building a model, or doing some pre-processing steps. Everything is covered in the Scikit-learn. I'll also show you how to install and import or call a library if you are using it. Okay, let's move to the Python environment. Okay, there are three different steps of how to install a library. Suppose this is NumPy. There are a couple of libraries which comes pre-installed in your Anaconda environment, but there are a few new libraries which doesn't get installed, so you have to get them installed. Okay, and you're and I'm going to show you how to get those libraries installed. There are different ways you can install a library. The first thing is using the terminal, CMD. Okay, just call it and type pip install. Say, let's talk about Pandas. Since Pandas is already installed, it will just give you, it is already requirement already satisfied. Just type pip install Pandas and press enter. See, requirement already satisfied. Okay, so this is the first way. This is where you just a simple command prompt and you get your libraries installed. The second is, okay, you just type Anaconda command prompt, not here. Okay, so it has opened up. Here also you can just type pip install Pandas. This is also, you have either the command prompt, the Anaconda, or the Anaconda command prompt. Both ways you can get the libraries installed. Now I'll also show you how to get installed in the Jupyter environment. So for that, it's a bit simple. You can just type in the exclamation mark pip install Pandas and just type control and enter, and you'll see it will just get installed in your system. Since it is already installed, so nothing to worry, and once the code get executed, you see the line number printed. Okay, so that's about it, how to get install libraries in your system. Okay, so we have typed in our first program using Python. Okay, so you can just skip it. So, let's recap the things that we have learned in this session. We have known what is Python, how the different environment of Python looks like. We've also known how to install this uh, software or this Python in your systems, and we have written our first program using Python. And also, we have also known how to set up and install these libraries in the Python environment. Hope this session was of help for you. Thank you for attending this session, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Catch you in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.